What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Wednesday, April 19th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 10-game MLB slate tonight. So we have a 10-game MLB slate today. So let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Trevor Rogers. He's pitching against a low-salary batting team, the San Francisco Giants. Now, Trevor Rogers, he's giving up a .800 OPS versus righties. He's facing 6 righties, so the splits are not great, but the Giants have only hit 3 of his last 16 pitches. That's a 188 batting average. He's 9,100 FanDuel salary, 600 less on DraftKings, averaging 27 fantasy points per game on the season, but he scored 46 fantasy points last game. He has an ERA of 4.2, so he is off to a somewhat shaky start. Record is 1-2, pitching an average of 91 pitches per game. Now, I think a lot of people will fade this pick because of the poor splits, but I like the pitcher versus batter matchup, and I think he can score 40-plus fantasy points here tonight. So I like Trevor Rogers here versus the San Francisco Giants. Now, you got Max Scherzer on the slate, but he is facing the Dodgers. So that's kind of why I backed off of Scherzer a little bit. But of course, if you want to pay up for Max Scherzer, he is the elite pitcher by far. So let's take a look at one other pitcher here on the slate. You got Charlie Morton. He's given up a .317 batting average versus the Padres with a big sample size, so I'd probably stay away from that one. But Mike Clevinger, the Phillies have only hit 10 of his last 49 pitches. That's a .204 batting average, and the splits look pretty good here. So Mike Clevinger also in a good spot. But I guess if you're going to pay close to 10K, you might as well go with Max Scherzer. But let's move on here. So let's take a look at the catcher first base position. So here's a value play for you. I like Wilmer Flores. He's got a 62% batting advantage over Trevor Rogers. Now, Wilmer Flores batting 32% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.074 OPS versus lefties. Trevor Rogers pitching his worst ball versus righty batters. So if you aren't going to play Trevor Rogers, you're going to play one of those other pitchers. Looks like Wilmer Flores is in a good spot here. Now, he is 0 for 1 versus Rogers, but only 2,800 FanDuel salary, 800 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .333, so I like Wilmer Flores if you're not going to be playing Trevor Rogers. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Byron Stott with a 36% batting advantage over Mike Clevinger. Now, Byron Stott batting 35% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .981 OPS versus righties. Although Mike Clevinger does pitch a good ball versus lefties, only giving up a .471 OPS versus lefties. And Bison Stott, he is 0 for 2 here versus Clevinger. He has only 3,100 FanDuel salary, and he's been hot to start the season. So I do think that's why he's worth taking a shot on, just because he's so hot here. Let's take a look. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. Scored a 9 and a 28 the past 2 games. But take a look at this. He has a batting average right now of 362. So I like Bryson Stott here versus Mike Clevenger. Although for the same price, you could go with Luis Reyes here versus Alex Cobb, which may be a better use of salary on FanDuel. Although on DraftKings, Bryson Stott is much cheaper. So I also like Luis Reyes here versus Alex Cobb. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. Probably my most confident stud pick of the slate is Jose Ramirez with a 74% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Spencer Turnbull. Jose Ramirez batting 39% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .921 OPS versus righties. Spencer Turnbull, he is pitching his worst ball versus switch hitters, 35% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.417 OPS versus switch hitters. So Jose Ramirez is 7 for 19. It's a 368 batting average and a 1.032 OPS versus Turnbull. So that's a big sample size and fantastic batter versus pitcher matchup here. He has 3 doubles, a triple, 3 singles. So Jose Ramirez is 3,800 FanDuel salary. He's 2,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He's got a batting average of 271, scored fantasy points in 4 out of the last 5 games.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
So I like Jose Ramirez here versus Spencer Turnbull. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Oh, another stud pick that I think's in a great spot. Take a look at Xander Bogaerts with a 55% batting advantage over Charlie Morton. Xander Bogaerts batting 56% better versus righty pitchers, batting a 1.241 OPS versus righties. And Charlie Morton, he is giving up a .785 OPS versus righties. But I like this pick because Xander Bogaerts is 12 for 37. It's a 324 batting average and a .845 OPS versus Morton. 3 doubles and a home run in there. He's 3,800 FanDuel salary, 1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. Xander Bogaerts has a batting average of 347, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. So I like Xander Bogaerts here versus Charlie Morton. Okay, let's take a look at the outfield position. So real quick here, Juan Soto and Nelson Cruz. Out of those 2, probably Nelson Cruz versus Charlie Morton at 3,400. He's 10 for 31. It's a 323 batting average versus Morton. So I like Juan Soto, who's 6 for 8 here versus Morton. So it looks like you have a stack opportunity here versus Charlie Morton. So I like Juan Soto and Nelson Cruz here versus Charlie Morton.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.